definitely that was my attitude on the whole thing. But like we always say, to be hard line on anything, right? But I always believe if you meet the right person, you'll make whatever makes for the right person. You know? And not to say that I would change my answer something like that, but you know, going again, I would express that. You know, I don't feel like I want to wait in a marriage to happen. But that's not to say that it's something that has to happen like that. We can have conversations, go out and date, get to know each other, and then just, you know what? I care about you enough or feel like I'm doing this before marriage. Because one of the things I say is I'd rather doing something with me than regret doing something with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to feel like we do something and then we walk away from the situation and then just get confused because I'm really feeling you and I'm feeling me. You know, because adults engage in adult activities, adults engage in adult actions. And we shouldn't try to make somebody feel bad about something because at the end of the day, a man wants it, a woman can't do anything with a man if he don't do it. You know, but second earlier, I like to ask a lot of questions. That's just me. I ask a lot of questions. You know, and the answer, you discuss the answer. You know, what is your take on sexual marriage? I'd rather wait until I get married, and I can say, okay, I can understand based on your past, but that's who I am. I'd rather not.
Right.
But it's not like necessarily. You understand what I'm saying?
True, true.
You can want to build something from, and then just, you know what? As much as I would like to have sex with you, I know what you're looking for.
Right, right,
and
right.
So that's one of the things I like to discuss, and just have a focal point of all of this. And right for the sex, but you know, we gotta understand the sex is an important part of all relationships. Just like communication, just like, you know, spirituality. Like I would tell you, I'm not a fan of organized religion. I'm just not. Based on my research, based on my experience, I tend to find that. Like for example, if you say that, hey, I'm this religion, but the other religion is wrong, and I don't grasp the concept. Like figuring out like if some religions don't allow you to donate blood, I need you to please.
Right, right.
Okay.
Right.
Please for you. That's my thing. I'm not going to fall into the I'm going to die because, I fall into the doctrine and the doctrine said, you know, and that's why the point of that conversation is not just sex, it's everything. You know, relationships is a very important part of it. You know, just like finances, just like, you know, just like communication. So we can't focus on one thing and not the other. You know, but you got to be on the same page. Look, I mean, you can go to the club with somebody and have sex with them and don't think about you. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of times we're in a situation where women say, well, sex in the morning, it's easy. But what I would say, what about if you want me back and I'm feeling you? It's not just a one-way thing. It can be either way. So,
right.
But again, my main point is, it's something you have to do with. That's it. You know, and that's just time that's passing. And again, it isn't money. You know what I'm saying? It's time because we never get it back.
Right. Man, it's a deep question again. But conversation where hey, grace and peace what they would need.
Hey, bro.
I'm glad to be put. the concubine question is for that concubine in the Old Testament dealing with kings that were making alliance with other other kingdoms. So that concubine was their kingdom going in that area, so the king wouldn't have to be there. What he'll do is marry someone from that area, or have someone that was in error or in noble position. They would marry them, and there would be the concubine. So the concubine, the principle of a woman, of a wife, but for the nobles to do that. So when that happened, tool for kingdomship. So when they did have a child together, that kingdom that they had victory over, that they had dominion over, that son with that people, and it'll be part of the nation because it's part of the person, of the king, and it'll be a part of the person or the woman that's born from that city, or born from that kingdom. And so that caused a what we call a peace between the kingdoms. So that's what was going on with that concubine. But lying and dealing with people on the outside looking in, they made it seem like concubines were prostitutes, or they were just, and it wasn't really about that, about the concubines. But as far as the sex with the Hebrews, that was the of a marriage. So the husband or the man sex until the time of marriage. But if they did go outside and have sex, guess what they would happen? They would be stoned. So those are the things that we got. The fornication, or not fornication, but having sex outside of marriage, according to he had to be in that form of making a covenant with each other. So if a man slept with a woman without, he was stoned, or he'll have to pay a dowry for the woman to marry her, and the woman doesn't say anything, or he doesn't say anything, and they found stoned for that because they didn't want no what they call imperfection, like that we're going against the laws. So those are the things that we got to look at. But so I have to say this is that we have to get back to a family orientated understanding, agree upon as far as what sex is, or what we're going to do with sex. And we have diverse of understandings of because of people, they have their own choice, and you have a right to have a freedom of speech, or freedom of to a nation. Now, I think that's what we need to look at. What are we going to do as a nation? Because we still having babies out of wedlock, or we are getting married for a long period of time. We end up getting divorced, and now we child here and a child there, and then now we're trying to bring them together as well. And then what are so those are the things that I think we need to have a question about. But when relationship, as far as when you're dating someone, of course that's natural. It does need to be addressed. I feel like it does need to be addressed, but it is natural. It's sometimes you don't. It's just the physical appearance, the energy that's being brought out about it, and all that type of stuff. So I feel that now that I'm understanding the principle Hebrew standpoint, that's a form of connecting. That's a form of knowing someone. I'm my best to do that position of just knowing someone, and then, hey, are we going to stay together? Are we going to build together? Are we going to have dominion together? So out on that, but it's always natural. It's natural for that to happen. And I think it's very important that we have a dialogue. We have to. I feel that we as first not just dealing with us because of a bad relationship, or we've been married. The husband or the wife has passed away. So we really got to get back to that point discussion. What is good and what is not good. So that's where I stand with that question.
So is open marriage okay?
See, what is marriage?
So maybe it should be, but it sounds like it's okay to have an open marriage.
That there is marriage. So
I mean, but one thing when you get into open marriage, I mean, then you get into legal. Mm-hmm. Now you have to, one thing, if you're married and when you depending on, then you even have to go to the laws of the land about what marriage, because you start doing that kind of stuff, and you say we have an open marriage. If you have a baby outside of wedlock, if you have an open marriage, or if you decide to get a divorce, and it's like a person can pull along you like they were unfaithful, but we had an open marriage. Well, wait a minute, if you whoever the first person was that was unfaithful, that person, it can go into play in the courts and everything. So when people talking about what is an open marriage, I mean there's some religion like Frank was saying, where people believe in multiple, but again, you got to go in the laws of the land, and that's why people, even in those the states refer to them as cults or whatever, because you're in the United States. If you create a marriage, it's bigamy. I mean, it's polygamy. So it's whether we think it's right or whether it's wrong. It's like, well, we're gonna be married, but we're gonna still have outside people. For one reason, why do you want the outside people?
That's correct.
I mean, what is it? What is that you? I mean, I think there's a bigger issue when we say, well, we're gonna be in an open marriage. It's like, well, let's stay. Not unless you're doing it for benefits, not unless you're trying to, for health insurance or something like that. Right. But I'm gonna be married, but we gonna date other people. Or we gonna see other people. I mean, I don't, and I'm not even talking about it as a pastor. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about it as a human being. Like, why are you going to these other people outside? I mean, that's crazy. Because somebody's gonna get hurt in that. Eventually, somebody that's leading to a bad place, I think.
Right. So I'm not trying to advocate. I'm just saying, like, even with Abraham and Sarah, they came to before that happened. Even though it didn't turn out the way it turned out, because God did promise Abraham to have a child. But even if they came together on that, well, according, and she being the queen, and they having rule over their homes, if they came together and made that in that time, that was okay. But you and I, in today's westernized world, we have planning on how we should do it and how we should marry each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. We definitely want to obey. You just can't come in and change something because you read this, but you never want to cause confusion amongst your brethren or your sister. What you need to do is just go ahead and move or go somewhere where they're able to do that. So,
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I mean, if you move to a country, if you move to a country where, like, or you move to a place where they say this is right, then you, if that's so important to live the lifestyle, because what it is, people want the lifestyle without, we want to live a certain way, but we don't want anyone to, we don't want to have any guidelines. I mean, and there's some countries really they don't, again, and this nation is regardless of all the things that we face, the injustice and whatever, it's really a nation that's built on biblical principles. I mean, at its core, look, if we get outside of race and economic equity and all of that, if we go to the bones of how this nation was created, well, most of the thought is going to be Bible based. So if you're going to get married and do that in the United States, you got to understand you're getting really married with. Even said if you love the person that much that y'all want to have multiple people in your life, you say, well, fine, if that's something you want to do. But most people don't want to give up America. They're not going to give up America.
And if you do go over, say, overseas to what we call Africa and all those things, about you, as far as a man has to be before he can have polygamy or have extra wives.
So yeah. Right.
He's not financially stable. The wherever they are, the country wherever they are, do it.
Right.
You got to have this amount of money, or you got to have this in place and that in place for that to happen. So those,
that's a good point.
You have to abide by the law. So it's not saying that you can go against it. What it's saying is, if you want to abide by this as the higher power, accept that they may benefit you, not hinder you, or it may not be grievous to you, but it will prolong and help build the kingdom that you're trying to build. And I think that's the most important thing. But yet again, we have a lot of philosophy, what we call dogmas now, that certain things were okay, certain things, but at the same time, that's like me saying I'm gonna go play some basketball and I got a helmet and shoulder pads on. That let me know, hey, bro, I understand you want to play sports, but we don't, we're playing basketball, not football. So you got to go able to function in the things that you desire to do, or what game you're trying to play.
Yeah, and I guess the question is, once you, and then people who say, well, we got to do it, we got to do it. That's, I'm not marrying anybody that I haven't had a experience with. That's a dice roll. I mean, because what happens is, what if that's the end game? That's and is it even, believe it or not, even worse? What if it is good? It's like, okay, now you just don't want to stop at the one time. Then you got this. I think it even increases once you find out that you are compatible. So, right. I mean, married, or then then it becomes like, then once you break a barrier, acceptable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So people, when you say, it's just like saying,
right.
It's just like if I'm where Saturday is my cheat day. You got to be real strong to get off. Yeah. Right. You say, well, I'm gonna eat chicken and cake and stuff. I'm gonna go back to eating, vegetables and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's doable, but readjusting everything to, your flesh is like, man, we really like sweets and stuff. If you really have, great intercourse, and then you say, well, now we got to go in there. We're not gonna do this anymore. Right. So yeah, so that one off could be like it's even greater, because now it's like, man, now I want you all the time. At least when you don't, it's a question. But once you know that it's good, then, because I think so many people say, well, good, so they do it. But yeah, I think the danger is that it's really, really good. Then you're dealing with, say, in this situation,
Like I said, like we shared Saturday, man.
Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead, Fred.
It's just like the latest apprenticeship commercial. You just cannot just have.
Come on, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know what? You can just from my experience, whenever I we were dating, very, we kind of went to the and I was celibate.
Wow.
And whenever I met him.
Okay.
And so sustainability challenging, especially, I mean, we being real here, so there was no intercourse, but there was touching.
There you go. Woo! It's dangerous right there. Go Freddie, go ahead, girl. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about that. Yes, sir.
So it doesn't take too much to realize, who's gonna be good or not. I mean, it don't take much.
That's true.
It
That's
was
true.
it was very challenging.
That is true, Frederica. I mean,
Until we got married, and so we were able to consummate our marriage. It's not gonna be everybody's story.
wow. What were you saying, Freddie?
It's something something's going to be good. No something is good until you actually experience it. You feel like, you know what? It's kind of like being on an island for a cracker, right? And you eat that cracker, you're like, oh, that's the best thing, this cracker. Off that island, and you start getting to the crackers on a regular basis, and you realize this wasn't that I hadn't had this cracker.
I didn't have no rich.
With no salt. Yeah.
So, you might have had a record, and you get a rich cracker, and you get a rich cracker with some cheese, and you get a rich cracker with some, pepperoni. I want to again, it all boils down to communication. It all boils down to the person wants to agree to. You can't do it by yourself. Either you.
Right. I agree. Definitely that.
Yeah. Says that, look, I've been in a situation where me and the person had an agreement. Like, all we want is to put it out there. All we want is to have sex. And the next thing I know, that was part of the agreement. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that happens, but sometimes that's what it is. So when the game starts to change,
it's dangerous. Yeah.
When the rules are not changing, it's the game and that's where you got to start having a conversation, and you're gonna have to say, okay, you know what? You changed the game on me. I came in. I wanted to, I wanted to play before. I can't play for 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying? I can play 3 quarters to get back in the game full time. Like you need to look for those plays.
Yeah.
You can't pretend. The thing is, a lot of times we think like, we can change or we can go into something saying, I'll be okay about it, and then communication. Without that communication, you're going to always lead to issue. And then something starts, has to speak up. Right. I've known people in a situation where the other person waiting on the other person, all the time it just happens. And then something happens. They're like, I was waiting for you to say something.
Whoa.
When that one person say something, the other person jumps in and goes, you know what? I'm thinking of something. But it takes somebody brave enough to say something. The conversation has to start. So, I've experienced a lot of different things in my life, and someone and I said, hey, I've experienced this. I enjoyed it. I might do it again. And that person goes, you have a choice to make. Either you say, you know what, I respect your decision, and I might move forward. You say, what, I'm feeling strong about this thing. I think it's best that, we get away. But the conversation has to be had. Sometimes you just got to check your feet. But at the end of the day, it's about communication, because we can't do, and listen, at the very beginning, and I apologize when I say, I want to tell you that since I've been, engaged with you guys in these conversations every week, I feel like I'm involved in. I know that I said.
Wow, bro.
That's good.
I want you to know, I'm not so hard around all about things anymore.
Great.
I try to always. I try to. I try. I know the difference between empathy and sympathy. I know the difference between season and know the difference, between caring and
wow.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I would tell you that as a human being, these conversations, I literally look forward to this every Monday.
Oh wow.
But that means that's worth everything. That's worth.
That's what it was all about, bro.
That's what it was all about, man. Yeah. Bro, listen, Brady, you saying that, man, that makes it worth it, brother.
I got a lump in my throat.
I know, I feel sometimes like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, look, I found myself doing things a little, I found myself saying things a little bit. I found myself, so what I say, but at the same time, I know that one of my issues that I always look out for how I feel and
right. Right. Yeah.
I'm still working on it now because some of my players are feeling they know me, and then I find myself like because I'm just worried about what this person's feeling and how I feel.
Wow.
Thank you, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, like Abe said, man. That's I mean that and what environment, nobody should get on here. I don't care, of course, we whatever, but we wanted this to be. I don't care if you're not a Christian, you should feel comfortable.
That's right.
You shouldn't be, well, I don't believe that, and then everybody jump on you, well, whatever. Then it's too closed, and then people don't have a right to voice. That's the one thing I think makes it like it is that everybody has a right to say what they want to say without feeling threatened, like in on you.
Right.
I think that's the whole thing,
that's
man.
That's
it.
And that's why I can't, a Christian philosophy mindset.
Yeah, we got to be open.
I want to be open, but still knowledge of what we're talking about here. And that's very important, because like you say, looking at what Fraden's saying, it's still a relationship. Even it's a verbal relationship, a relationship, a relationship, no matter what it is, it's a relationship.
Right.
The principles of having a good relationship.
That's it.
The first thing he said is, but yes, we do communicate in another way with our bodies, but understand for my wisdom that I grew up on, if I didn't put nothing in, I wasn't expect out of it.
Right.
So it's like, you talk about you love me and everything. No, this is all it is. But now you want something more. So now that I have experienced that, what it was is that I was holding back on my feelings, but the means of to pacify what I got what I really needed, which was the sex. And then now that it was comfortable and we were, then I'm going to give my feelings towards you. But you based your whole relationship on.
And I think that's
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand why myself did the same thing. So what you mean? You didn't call me last night? Wait a minute. We said that this is all it's going to be, right?
Right.
So what are you tripping for? So I had to check myself on that because I don't want to institute it and put it in place, but now I want feelings were hurt because of my last or previous relationship.
Right.
So now I'm just trying to use by until I'm ready to open up my feelings to someone, and then all of a sudden I get rejected. You're basing your relationship or basing your spirit upon a physical thing. You always got to have communication and understanding what you're trying to do.
Right.
And the one thing people make it, man, that's a communication avenue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the act that's close to somebody when you walk away.
Exactly.
I don't care how hardcore you think you are. I don't care whatever. There is an emotional release, just like their physical release. So you walk away from that. You're not about it. You're meditating on it. You're whatever, and then you walk away like you they go beyond just how it was. You like because the first time you think, I wonder what already, there's a commitment to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Or if I think about, hey, well, I see you tonight, it's just for the sex, but you really want to have that interaction again.
So Pastor, Matt, we got to look at it like this: when you for this is for men, and I heard Muhammad said this, and I see it as what he's saying. He said like heaven. So what he's saying is that when you see this, you find yourself at peace. Do you find yourself with solitude? Do you find yourself at do you have that abundance? You feel abundance with her? Do you have everything that you want?
Wow.
So if you don't have that, you don't sense anything with that woman, why would you lay down with that? What we call hell.
Good point.
So it was based upon the concept of what he wanted before he went and go get it. So now dealing with daughter-in-law, she said, "Hey, according to our customs, my husband. So what are y'all supposed to take on?
Yeah, that's it.
But since y'all don't want to take on, now I got to take it to my own means."
What's owed to me, really?
There you go.
But she was going to lose inheritance.
You
It's
see
like,
what I'm
man,
saying?
yeah, if I family, I don't have an inheritance.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
So now you look at a person saying, I don't have that seed to have a wealth or have abundance or have anything like that. How I'm looking at a woman now, is she heaven to me? Is does she or do I find myself in a place of hell?
Bro, that's
I'm trying, and so when I start thinking about that now, so if they have the body, everything may be on point, but at the end of myself, I gotta ask my question: would this woman bring me heaven?
Right. And it's such a great point, because I think heaven for some, like, when people talk about streets of gold and mansions, well, that's pretty about a kingdom. Because guys, like, I don't care about this stuff. What are you talking about? I don't care about all the whatever. It's peace that you have.
There you go.
And this is it. If you got what the world calls a dime, if you're fine, but you broke, because it's like, no, she weren't the real Louis V. It's like, no, I ain't got, because I can find somebody who can get it to me. If you can't submit to me, that's right. Whole life running on this merry-go-round, because you like, man, if I don't get what you saying, that ain't heaven, bro. That's like, and what you really like, you think you like the woman, but the status that she brings. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Now imagine Sarah being fine and on Abraham said, "Look, I got to leave my wealth to go out if I was going to give it." What would you think that woman would say?
Right, yeah.
A true woman, just like Sarah, she would have been like, "You know what? Let's do it."
Right.
But some of the women are like, "What, boy?"
Right.
And you don't know if you're going to get it. The guy say, "When you going to get it?" Nah, he didn't tell me.
Yeah, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
When somebody can leave on that. Yeah.
On that, and just trust your word. So I found in Sarah is that she was able to work together that Abraham had at that time. Sure. And that's the most important thing. With more important than or not to say the intimacy, but more important than the sexual part. It was a point of agreed, and y'all became one mind together. That's the most important thing. So if you're one mind together in that standpoint, you can be one physically at the same time. And here again, my experience, I've always connected with the physical, but we never connected. Right. And that was the problem.
And I think is, and some people consider good sex a connection. So right. It's like, man, we're connected now. Come on. So, but this is it. Woman has a cycle, or whatever, brother, for whatever reason. So it's like, oh well, we can't, we can't have intimacy. So what do we do right now? Or am I? It's like, is it that cut and dry.
Bro.
You know, because that's the something. It's like, well, no, you know, I even want to, but I'm just not able right now. Maybe I, you know, really I am, you know, not feeling well or whatever. And I think that's what happens. And then I think what happens in marriage, if it's not based on if the person, the sex is fantastic, and hold it, and the relationship is fantastic, because sometimes sex can sustain that for a minute. But then what happens is once you get married, and then, well, yeah, the sex is good, but then the butt comes in.
Come on.
It's like, but you can't play PlayStation.
Wait
a minute. Like, I'm working. Like, did you go look for a job? Like, no. And I think that's what get brothers is that when you know, players and all of that can't, but normally the brothers who are real good at sex, that's when they ready to release the relationship. When that next question, like, okay, am I just good for sex for you?
Right.
It's like,
that's, for me, that's the power of the woman, because the woman, the earth needs the sun, it needs water, it needs sea, it just needs a form to activate, to be proactive.
Sure.
So if a woman's, if you doing that, you're not proactive with the woman, she gonna ask you like, okay, what am I here for?
Yeah. We were talking at work, man, and I was just talking to one of my. That's the one thing, even about the even with online and stuff like that, you got to say something to me besides I look good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we don't choose. That's the one thing on earth we do. Nobody chooses. You know, it's how you look. And unfortunately, that's the thing that we're most looking at is like, what do you look on the outside? And just make that choice. You know, now to be healthy is different. Now, if I'm 100 pounds, there's something to do with that. But if I'm physically healthy, but my features are just mixed, that's how I look. Mm-hmm. You know, and this is it. And I think women catch it more. But what brothers have to do to get ready in the morning, we just have to comb my hair, shave my baby. Yes. Yeah, I mean some brothers.
I don't have no hair, so all I got to do is make sure I shave it and put some moisturizer.
World sells women, man, makeup, eyeliner, base. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Now they got these spandex.
Yeah, the things to hold you in.
Girdles, to hold you in and all that stuff. Man.
And so why, for the women, so whatever, but to be appealing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the world's point. Like, with our.
Yeah, I don't no bait and switch.
They go freight.
He said, I don't want no.
I need to know what I see is what I see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you see the women that saying that.
Society kind of puts that pressure on women. I mean, but it's just a different type of pressure.
Yes, a different type. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Pressure on women is to look as best as they can. The pressure on men is to provide,
That's right. That's right.
Again, that's where when you need to, don't pretend you got it. Okay?
I know that's right. That's dangerous, bro.
That do that.
I'm but I can't pretend to be broke, but I can't be broke.
That's right.
That's true. If brothers do it.
But you know what, though, Carson? Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay. I thought I was no. Okay. Back there in my Cleveland days, the women always that harder than the men. They don't do much. They don't do much work, but we do all the work, sweating and everything.
Come on, man. I'm normally with you, but now the bros, man. It depends on who the dancer is. Oh, G. G. Now I'm normally, but I know when I was at ECU when we got on the dance floor, It was like, oh, G.
You ain't gonna out dance me though.
You ain't gonna out dance me there.
No, nah.
You ain't gonna out. No, come on, man. No, and women don't have to work that hard. Y'all just need to. Y'all just stand pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta watch out for the ones that take the shoes off though. They get on the dance floor.
Yeah. I was going with you, G, but no, you should have brought dancing in.
Right.
Everybody put, I think we put in a different type of work.
Sure.
I think our part of you know, we can't be looking for something that wins.
Right.
You can't be a nickel looking for a dime. The dime finds you and is interested in you for who you are.
That's good. Yep.
You can't make $60,000 a year and say I want to. You know what I mean? That it doesn't. Seldom, very seldom does that happen. And normally that doesn't happen.
Right.
You know.
That's true. That's
You
true.
have to be realistic. You have to be realistic about our expectations when we start.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
People would disappoint you. Blame yourself for not managing your expectations.
Wow. They hit us, boy. That's it, bro.
Man.
And that's part of my spiritual growth that I've encountered with you guys. Okay.
Say it again, Frank. Just read it again. Just read the statement again. I need to make sure I got it.
It says, don't blame people for disappointing you. Blame yourself. Expectations.
God knows, bro. Whoa. That's heavy, bro.
And I mean, and we talked about that.
Yeah, we.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that I have high expectations of myself. I have more as a person, you know, and just like, you know, like I was talking earlier, this I didn't want to, right? But one of the things that's scary to me, right, for me, somebody regret. Like, I'll tell you, like, back in the day, I would meet someone and have nothing to think. I don't even think twice, you know. That's just the way it was.
Right.
But now I'm involved, and the scariest thing for me is just to do something together. And we had a conversation, and we say, "Hey, we want to do this thing. We do this thing. It's good." Pretend like I want to be with them, knowing that I don't. That is scary to me.
That's very
It's scary to me. I can be somebody's regret. I don't want to be somebody who would rather than regret not doing something with me than regret doing it with me.
I can understand that.
I'd rather walk away and put my t-shirt on and say, and I do have a t-shirt. I'd rather have my t-shirt on than be the guy who you know, misled someone and it says, look, y'all know that sex is everything, right? You can go to a club and say, hey, girl, I need a ride home. And then take a look at you all crazy. A little conversation and you go home with her. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real about it.
Yeah.
You want to say, hey, I need money for that. And then they're like, hey, get away from me. But you have a conversation you do. She's taking you home when she finds you home, when you find her home.
right.
You know, so, you know, conversation is, you know, intentional. What are your intents? And both of you have intents. Nothing is going to happen unless both of you want it to happen.
That's true.
That's just the reality.
And Frey, you just said, I know
Other than that,
yeah, we're at 9 o'clock. But Frey, you said the one thing that you said that's important. The physical act, really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just the, you know, think about really, you know, people talk about can't go all night. You might have foreplay and stuff, but I'm talking about the real, I mean, the actual, you know, normal intercourse. No, come on, man. Nobody that person say they taking a break or whatever, but you not just having, that all night. So when somebody said we stop, yeah,
They might have some enhancements.
Yeah, but
I have met. Look, I've been in situations like, and this is, again, I was young. Okay, way younger than when I am. And I've been in a situation she's doing, but she got to get off of me because I got to go to work tomorrow. I got a job. Hey, look, now, I've been where it happened. It's 3 or 4 days from now, what happened again. Okay.
So in my younger days. Yes.
Man, that's honesty at the utmost right there, bro. Wow. That's good input for her. All right, y'all. We're at 9:05. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. That's good. Well, yeah, thank everybody. We're at 9:05 station, man. And if y'all have topics, man, if everybody, not even the little topics or whatever, call or do something, get those topics and live on Facebook. Please write down some of the things that you would like to hear, discuss. Yeah, we don't want you to think that everything has to come from just us that you're listening to. So if there are things like, hey, we need to talk more about this, man, please just send it in, man. We there's some thing about relationship maintenance. Everything is on the table. Don't think like man, I don't know if it's not about that. As long as we're not cursing and using crazy table, so we're doing things decently in order. So yeah, so if anything you would like, man, I out there, man, let's talk about it, man. So yeah, we want this to be open forum. So I know on my Facebook page, I'm up. Brother Abe, Sister Regina, we're there. All people are friends with them. Just click on and say, hey, hey, could y'all talk about whatever? We definitely are looking for stuff to talk about. Yeah. So
yeah, they say what?
Yeah, DM. Yeah, get in them DMs. Get in those DMs.
We on Instagram Live.
Yeah, hit them.
Instagram.
Yeah,
so, man, just definitely any questions.
Yeah. Call in, and I got thank God for all the people who came in on we had about 6 people up. Wow. Thank you. And that's wonderful.
Awesome.
And this is getting a little bit darker earlier. This format works. I know that the ladies or whatever, feel free. Yeah, we can do it. The signal is good. I think everybody's here, man. If you don't want to drive in, yeah, just call in. So yeah, and free conference call in. So get in. And if you need to listen, like you're at work somewhere, and you want to listen, just call in. And you can Facebook up or the radio up.
Yeah.
You can just call in and mute yourself, and you can just listen. So yeah, signal that comes through free conference call. So yeah, I just want to release. I want everybody to say good night.
Good night, everyone. Have that conference call number 6 one more time.
Please do.
That number is 4535-9949. Again, 425-535-9949. For the nuggets, everybody, I enjoyed. And see you next week.
All right.
Good night, everybody. This is Gina Harris, your motivational. Thank you so much, Braden, for sharing your growth with us. We really appreciate that. And you'll build and grow together.
Amen. That's what's up.
We're saying give a shout out to those coming in and growing. And that's what relationship means.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Even myself, I'm growing, so
we all are.
yeah, we
Yeah,
all
man, come
growing.
on, man.
The Most High. So all I can say again, let's have dominion together.
That's it. That's it. Well, cool. Thank every priestly blessing. Of course, this is the blessing that Abraham gave to. God gave to Moses. And this is the. I want to speak this blessing on your lives. Hallelujah. Points. Like I said, we do. We do come from a Christian perspective. Please don't not come on because you think, well, it's just a bunch of church folk. No, it's not. It's and guess what? We all had lives in the past, so we all, most of us were just, with religion and stuff like that. We had a form of it, so don't get on there because they talk Bible and stuff. No, you can talk keep sweat as much as you talk about what you talk about here in relationship maintenance. But I do want to release you with this blessing because I want your lives to be chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. And I ask you to turn palm towards the sky. That's fine. Just receive the blessing coming from Numbers 6:22 through 27, and it reads, it says, then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, verse 23, speak to Aaron his son, saying, this is the way them. Verse 24, the Lord bless you and keep you, protect you, sustain you, and guard you. The Lord make his face shine upon you with favor and be gracious to you, surrounding you with loving kindness, bring his face upon you with divine approval, and give you peace, a tranquil heart, and life. And his son shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Well, everyone have a great night. To old school R&B and new school R&B. Thank all the participants here right next Monday. Bring your topics with you. Let's put everything on the table. Gina used to do the hot again. That was some fun. That was fun to do that. So y'all be blessed, and you're listening to 1480 AM 295DK 106.9 FM. Everyone have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Everyone. Good time.
My brother, what's up with you, Mike? Appreciate you making it in, bro. No, that's not. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. We have a lot. It's just a lot of confusion that brought in the sex part. Oh, Doc, you know that. But you know, but you making it seem like they have more.